Indosuchus is a well-known abelisaurid dinosaur from the late Cretaceous of Asia. The fossils of Indosuchus were not well preserved, only containing a few body parts. However, the abelisaurid dinosaurs are extraordinarily unique. The appearance of this group of dinosaurs looks very brute, which is in line with our perception of dinosaurs as primitive and savage. Although the fossils of Indosuchus were poorly preserved, we reconstructed it based on its close relatives, such as Carnotaurus, Orcosaurus, and other dinosaurs. Abelisaurids had a mighty body. As a relatively large carnivorous dinosaur, its body was stout and capable of withstanding attacks. It was destined to be a ferocious carnivore, in terms of its habitats and living habits. Its body was quite rough, especially its head. Like many abelisaurids, its head was somewhat square and short, with thick bones in front of its eyes, forming a helmet-like structure. Indosuchus had a large mouth, but its teeth were very small, different from many notable dinosaurs, such as Tyrannosaurus rex or Spinosaurus. The teeth of T-Rex were very long and thick, but those of Indosuchus were short. Those short teeth were more suitable for tearing apart the flesh, unlike the more brutal way of T-Rex to rip large pieces of flesh from the prey and then gulp. Abelisaurids had limited ability, so some scientists believe they were better at preying on small and medium-sized animals, or scavenging on dead animals. The forelimbs of abelisaurids were generally very short and specialized. Those of some genera were even shortened to be without the elbow joint. Their ulna and radius have been deduced to be extremely short and integrated with the wrist. But Indosuchus was a relatively primitive dinosaur. We speculate that its forelimbs, albeit very short, were not that specialized. The forelimbs of abelisaurids still possessed 4 fingers, a very primitive morphology. Among dinosaurs, including many modern animals, if they have adapted to the environment and changed their body structure, the number of fingers can tell whether their body structure was primitive. Generally, animals with more primitive body morphology have more fingers. The more primitive the animals are, the more fingers they have. The more specialized, the fewer toes they have, such as horses. Early horses like Hyracotherium had 4 or 5 toes, but the Hipparion had 3. Modern horses had the other toes degenerated, only with the middle one left to facilitate walking. This adaptation makes walking more convenient and flexible. The hind limbs of Indosuchus were slender and robust. It might not run very fast because the comparison between its thigh and calf shows that its calf was not very long. So, Indosuchus might not be a good runner. Its tail was very thick. Relatively speaking, Indosuchus was still a rather brutal and savage animal. They should usually live on the edge of the forest or the plains, chase some small animals, and sometimes scavenge on dead animals. Good, these are some features of Indosuchus.